Hello, this is the last part of my report, and we will be discussing organic agriculture. So, what is organic agriculture? Organic agriculture is a production system that sustains the health of soils, ecosystems, and people. It relies on ecological processes, biodiversity, and cycles adapted to local conditions rather than the use of inputs with adverse effects. Organic agriculture combines tradition, innovation, and science to benefit the shared environment and promote fair relationships and good quality of life for all involved. So what is the difference of organic and conventional farming? In conventional, farming relies on chemical intervention to fight pests and weeds and provide plant nutrition. That means synthetic pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers are used to produce healthy, abundant food. Conventional agriculture causes increased greenhouse gas emissions, soil erosions, water pollution, and threatens human health. While organic, farmers apply techniques first used thousands of years ago, such as crop rotations and the use of composted animal manures and green manure crops in ways that are economically sustainable in today's world. In organic production, overall system health is emphasized, and the interaction of management practices is the primary concern. Organic producers implement a wide range of strategies to develop and maintain biological diversity and replenish soil fertility. Organic farming has a smaller carbon footprint, conserves and builds soil health, replenishes natural ecosystems for cleaner water and air, and all without toxic pesticide residues. So, here are the methods used in organic agriculture. These are crop rotation, green manures and compost, biological pest control, and mechanical cultivation. Crop rotation. Crop rotation is the practice of growing a series of different types of crops in the same area across a sequence of growing seasons. It reduces reliance on one set of nutrients, pest and weed pressure, and the probability of developing resistant pests and weeds. Crop rotation can improve soil structure and organic matter, which reduces erosion and increases farm system resilience. Crop rotation can be a two-field system, three-field system, four-field rotation, or even modern. In a two-field system, half the land was planted in a year while the other half lay fallow or unplanted. Then, in the next year, the two fields were reversed. Three-field system is the practice of growing a series of different types of crops in the same area in sequential seasons. Three-field system, farmers plant more crops and therefore increase production. Under the system, the arable land of an estate or village was divided into three large fields. One was planted in the autumn with winter wheat or rye. The second field was planted with other crops such as peas, lentils, or beans, and the third was left fallow. Crop assignments were rotated every year, so each field segment will be planted for 2 out of every 3 years. In four-field rotation, farmers in the region of Westland pioneered a four-field rotation in the early 16th century, and the British agriculturist Charles Townshend popularized the system in the 18th century. The sequence of 4 crops included a fodder crop and a grazing crop, allowing livestock to be bred year-round. The four-field crop rotation became a key development in the British agricultural revolution. The rotation between arable and lay is sometimes called lay farming. Modern developments. George Washington Carver studied crop rotation methods in the U.S., teaching southern farmers to rotate soil-depleting crops like cotton with soil-enriching crops like peanuts and peas. In the Green Revolution of the mid-20th century, the traditional practice of crop rotation gave way in some parts of the world to the practice of supplementing the chemical inputs to the soil through top dressing with fertilizers. Such practices aim to increase yields, to prepare soil for specialist crops, and to reduce waste and efficiency by simplifying planting, harvesting, and irrigation. A preliminary assessment of crop interrelations can be found in how each crop, first, contributes to soil organic matter content, second, provides for pest management, third, manages deficient or excess nutrients, fourth, how it contributes to or controls for soil erosion, fifth, interbreeds with other crops to produce hybrid offspring, and sixth, impacts surroundings food webs and field ecosystems. Green manure. Green manure is created by leaving uprooted or sown crop parts to weather in the field so that they serve as a mulch and soil amendment. The plants used for green manure are often cover crops grown primarily for this purpose. Green manures usually perform multiple functions that include soil improvement and soil protection. Composting. This process recycles various organic materials otherwise regarded as waste products and produces a soil conditioner. The compost itself is beneficial for the land in many ways, including as a soil conditioner, a fertilizer, addition of vital humus or humic acids, and as a natural pesticide for soil. Compost is useful for erosion control, land and stream reclamation, wetland construction, and as landfill cover. The process of composting requires making a heap of wet organic matter, such as leaves, grass, and food scraps, and waiting for the materials to break down into humus after a period of months. And composting organisms require 4 equally important ingredients to work effectively: the carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, and water. So here are the tools used in organic farming. Organic farmers use a number of traditional farm tools to do farming. Due to the goals of sustainability on organic farming, organic farmers try to minimize the reliance on fossil fuels. In the developing world, and small organic farm tools are normally constrained to hand tools and diesel-powered water pumps. And of course, with the technological advancements, organic farmers also adapted the use of mechanical cultivation. How organic agriculture protects and nurtures the environment. Organic farming is a way to produce food in a holistic manner, to work with nature rather than dominate her. Organic practices such as diverse crop rotation and not using synthetic inputs strengthen biodiversity in the environment. A thriving biodiversity increases ecosystem productivity and allows for a variety of species growth and maintenance. Nourish the soil, nourish the earth. Over 90% of the food we consume comes directly or indirectly from the soil. Therefore, we are personally impacted by the state of soils, making it essential that we have healthy soils that produce healthy plants. Organic practices sequester nitrogen and carbon in the soil, which is also a double benefit to the environment. Lacking the carbon in the soil reduces the amount of carbon emissions into the atmosphere, hence decreasing global warming. Organic Agriculture Program. The Organic Agriculture Program in Central Luzon. Essentially, the program aims to promote, propagate, further develop, and implement the practice of organic agriculture in the Philippines towards a competitive and sustainable organic agriculture industry that contributes to better farm incomes and sustainable livelihood, improved health, environmental protection, disaster risk reduction and resilience to climate change, and social justice.
We all know that farmers grow our food, but did you know that when they farm sustainably, they do so much more? Say hello to Alice. She mainly grows carrots. She is also a protector of soils. A handful of soil has more living organisms than there are people on planet Earth. And they form a delicate ecosystem that keeps the soil fertile. By farming organically, she works with nature to grow food in healthy soil, rather than using chemicals that harm it. This is Pavel. He might look like a regular guy. He's a guardian of biodiversity. He knows that healthy fields should be teeming with life, from birds and bees to ladybirds and earthworms. So he doesn't use toxic pesticides, which harm wildlife and drive them from their natural habitat. That's why organic farms are home to 30% more species than conventional farms. Here's Maria. She's a defender of the earth. Beyond the field, nitrogen runoff from chemical fertilizers is also contaminating oceans, rivers, and lakes. It is killing fish and other aquatic life. By using compost wisely and avoiding nitrogen surplus, Maria is defending the Earth's water resources, keeping them safe for fish to live in and for us to drink from. By farming sustainably, these superheroes, together with thousands of others, are keeping our plates full of good food, our wildlife safe, and the planet healthy. Let's celebrate our superheroes. Farmers who farm sustainably, working with nature, not against it.